Big Ten has significant interest in Southeast athletic programs, most notably Florida State. And Notre Dame might have to reconsider their commitment to the ACC if the ACC implodes and lose its top brands, according to Brett McMurphy of Action Network. Welcome to episode 347 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get into the new article just put out by Brett McMurphy, the great Brett McMurphy at Action Network. We're not going to go through the whole thing. We're going to provide a link in the description. You can read the whole article. I just want to hit some big, huge bullet points that confirm what we said in our live show earlier today. If you've missed it, go check it out. But it also brings up some pretty interesting new points. Brett McMurphy again. Florida State has scheduled a Board of Trustees meeting Friday. We know about that. The school has not notified the ACC of its intention to leave. We don't think that's going to happen tomorrow as well. To leave the ACC, Florida State must pay an exit fee estimated at $120 million. And the rest of the grant of rights, which runs to 2036, the rest of the money, the rest of the cost might go up to an additional $360 million. We know that for more than a year, Action Network's reporting as well here this afternoon, that Florida State officials have discussed with key stakeholders the possibilities of starting the process to leave the ACC. Currently, Florida State has no official offer to join either league, but is expected to be highly sought after by either the Big Ten or the SEC, while the Big 12 is also a possibility, sources said. This will have an Oppenheimer-like ripple effect throughout the college landscape, an industry source said. If Florida State can find an escape hatch out of the ACC grant of rights, it could trigger the exits of Clemson, Miami, North Carolina State, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Those are all the schools that were the Magnificent Seven, a phrase coined by Brett McMurphy at Action Network. The Seminoles decision drastically impacts the college football landscape by accelerating even more realignment, this time among the two behemoths, Big Ten and the SEC, and this is one of the PATC money shots of the article. The Big Ten, which adds USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington in 2024, would love to get programs in the Talent Southeast, sources said. We're going to skip a few paragraphs here. Besides Florida State, the most likely schools to leave the ACC and challenge the grant of rights are Clemson, Miami, and North Carolina, sources said. If several schools are fleeing the ACC, independent Notre Dame, this is the second PATC money shot of the article. If several schools are fleeing the ACC, independent Notre Dame, which is an ACC member in all sports but football and in men's hockey, might consider its commitment to the league. Holy smokes. The Irish are contractually obligated to join the ACC if they decide to join the league in football before 2036. So Notre Dame would also have to get out of its ACC contract, its grant of rights contract, just like North Carolina, just like Miami, Florida, just like Clemson, Florida State. Okay, we're going to skip down a few paragraphs here. But where? The Big Ten or the SEC? The Big Ten's number one expansion target remains Notre Dame, but the Irish seem steadfast and remain independent. The Big Ten also has significant interest in several ACC schools, and here is the PATC money shot number 3 of the article, but most notably Florida State, sources said. Now, I said that pretty clear, pretty strong earlier today in the live show, because there's been some talk out there that because Florida State's not AAU and AAU is a requirement in the Big Ten, It's not a requirement in the Big Ten. Starting 2024, back to the article, the Big Ten's 18 members, including USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington, are all Association of American Universities, AAU, except for Nebraska. Florida State is not an AAU member. However, AAU membership is not a requirement to join the Big Ten, a Big Ten source told Action Network. Maybe AAU status is a preference, but solid academics are measured in a variety of ways, the source said, and we said that really loud and strong in our live show today and over the last, 10 years. AAU is not a requirement. It's one of those myths that needs to be broken out there somewhere. I have failed to do so in breaking it. I've tried. In the SEC's the most recent expansion, the league added schools and states without existing members. However, that changed while Texas joined Texas A&M and the SEC in 2024. The SEC Commissioner Sankey has said there's nothing in the league's bylaws or any gentleman's agreement that prohibits adding schools in a state with existing members. The SEC already has Florida, so it may be hesitant to add Florida State. However, would the SEC pursue Florida State so that its biggest rival, the Big Ten, couldn't man the Seminoles? Would the SEC play defense? I think they're going to try. I think they're interested. And a source said, don't discount the bitter rivalry between ESPN and Fox, which love to add a Florida market to the Big Ten that features markets in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and throughout the Midwest. There's no way the SEC wants Fox and the Big Ten to plant a flag in Florida by adding Florida State and Miami, a source told Action Network. At last summer's SEC Media Days, Sankey addressed the possibility of SEC expanding beyond 16 schools. We're already a super conference. I'm focused on our growth to 16. It's not been a topic for our conference. I think it's done. Do I think it's done? People say I got to decide that. We know who we are. We're comfortable with who we are. Sankey also said the league is always engaged in conversation. So much cloak and dagger going on. Holy smokes. Now, we're going to skip all the way down here to the ACC commissioner. The ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips, has repeatedly said he remains confident that Magnificent Seven schools are committed to the ACC. Going to skip another paragraph. We all believe in the ACC. We want to continue to work. McAuliffe and the Florida State Athletic Director Michael Alford have mentioned that in the past, the Board of Trustees meeting the Seminoles revenue disparity compared with the Big Ten and SEC schools. We have to do something, Alford previously told the board, because we are a brand, we're a very important brand, and we drive the media value in this conference. Florida State's trustees, skipping another paragraph, Justin Roth, said at a meeting earlier this year that a solution under the current ACC media rights deal is very unlikely. It leads us to what's next, Roth said. The alternative for us staying in this conference for the next 13 years is death by 1,000 cuts. Waiting is not an answer. It isn't. Florida State started the process. December 26, 2022, we reported to you that the process, that Florida State was going to put the flag in the ground, the spear in the ground in the first quarter of 2024. We might be 10 days off. Something that we reported 360 days ago, it might happen 10 days before the first quarter starts. Florida State, are they going to file a legal document in regards to trying to get out of the ACC tomorrow? Or are they going to wait till the first of the year? We don't know. But there's going to be a big meeting at the Board of Trustees in Tallahassee, Florida tomorrow. Brett McMurphy in this article, what did he say here? What did he say? He said a whole heck of a lot. He confirmed, which we reported, and his past articles and reports. Florida State is highly sought after, highly coveted. Of course, North Carolina is, and Clemson. But Florida State is highly coveted. It's the one, besides North Carolina, the Big Ten would love to grab Florida State, where they love to go into the Southeast. It's why they still have interest in Clemson. Don't make that mistake. Don't be saying the door has closed on Clemson going to the Big Ten. Now, the SEC, how much defense are they willing to play? How much defense is ESPN willing to play to keep the Big Ten out of the Southeast? Is when the SEC expands, they're going to be taking 2 or 4 schools? We're going to find out here in the next year. In the next couple of months, there's going to be a whole lot of action going on. A whole lot of action in the courts. Talk of settlement. The ACC implosion, it is starting here real soon. Florida State is starting the divorce proceedings, so to speak. It's going to be a wild time. And Notre Dame, again, Brett McMurphy in this article today, Notre Dame might have to reconsider their commitment to the ACC when the ACC implodes. Because why? Then Notre Dame scheduling agreement with the ACC will drop in value big time when these big brand schools leave. So Notre Dame going to have to reconsider. Florida State about to pull the trigger. Clemson is very close with Florida State. They're going to be taking action next. We've been reporting that for months here at Peek Around the Corner. So stay tuned. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Brett McMurphy delivered us 3 PATC money shots. Brett McMurphy, Action Network, brace for impact, buckle up. This story has only just begun. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.